Hey guys, welcome to the Liberal Hive Mind, a channel solely focused on exposing the abundant hypocrisy of the left. The meme of the day, a long-standing tradition of this channel, although to be fair, there's usually 2 to 3 memes of the day, so the memes of the day, it's become a sacred part of my YouTube channel, but today we're gonna switch it up a little bit, and for this video, we're gonna make it the YouTube comment of the day. Inspired by this individual's witty remark, the Zoover1 who wrote on my video from yesterday, China doesn't need to send a balloon over America, just go to Joe Biden's garage and find out everything. You, Mr. The Zoover1, have won the internet for the day, and of course it happens to be the perfect comment for today's video, because once again we're covering Balloongate, or all the nonsense that's surrounding this whole Balloongate controversy and scandal involving the Biden administration. And if you're looking for nonsense, if you're looking for the world's trashiest take, if you're looking to lose a couple IQ points on average, well then look no further than ABC's The View, because once again, they're delivering. Let me show you guys exactly what I mean by that. We got some stuff to get into, so let's roll the tape. Alright folks, so national security, kind of an important thing. Protecting America's secrets, just a small thing like not letting our biggest adversaries, countries that claim that they're trying to take us down, fly right into American airspace and gather the intelligence that they need. Just a little thing. Nothing to be concerned about, of course. At least that's what the Karens from ABC's The View are telling us.
This trip, I think that was the right diplomatic call.
Well, listen, we spy on them, they spy on us, we find out stuff, they find out stuff, and the world keeps going around. Yeah. We'll be right.
No big deal. We spy on them, they spy on us. Nothing to lose sleep over. I wasn't exaggerating when I told you the trashiest takes on the planet come from ABC's The View. That major communist dictatorship world power that's currently taking over Africa, expanding their military what seems to be exponentially over the last couple of decades, taking over the South China Sea, taking over Hong Kong, Taiwan, and probably expanding even further, that communist dictatorship that seems to be hell-bent on world domination. Big deal, just let them spy all they want. The lengths that these leftoids go to justify Joe Biden's incompetence and inaction is just unreal. What kind of copium is that? But of course, it doesn't end there. The copium continues. The View's Ana Navarro tries to pin Balloongate on GOP. Quote, China loves that Republicans turn this into a big drama.
I think this was about China sending a message, right? And that is a serious issue because I think they are have established themselves as now a major world power, and they want to show their strength.
Do you think they wanted to show Biden's weakness as well?
They want to, look, they love this. They love that Republicans turned this into this big drama that, that there's senators and people shooting, pointing guns. But this is about, exercises in the South China Seas. This is satellites all over the place. They wanted this thing to be spotted. If you're going to spy, you're not going to send a giant balloon all across the United States for a week, right? I mean, Chinese know how to spy. They can do it better. They wanted to create a crisis, a national crisis, an international crisis. They wanted it to be elevated and be visible and be talked about, and they got it.
And I agree with that.
Yet again, another unhinged conspiracy. But even if that was the case, how is that a defense of this administration? It shows the disrespect, it shows the lack of respect that other world leaders and major global superpower adversaries have for Joe Biden as a leader. He's so weak, incompetent, feeble, and such a coward that they're sending a message by violating American airspace, and then Joe Biden proves them right by essentially doing nothing for an entire week, trying to keep the whole thing hush-hush. And what a ridiculous implication. As if Republicans are happy about this thing because they could score cheap political points. What a joke. No, Republicans are pissed because of America's weak standing on the world stage right now with this absolute clown in office. Patriotic Americans take national security and the protection of America's top secrets quite seriously. And it kind of gets frustrating when your president is caught stealing classified information and keeping it in his garage next to his Corvette in the same home that his crackhead son is living in, as he sells access to his family family and the federal government to the highest foreign bidder as he brings hookers and prostitutes into his home who may or may not be working for foreign governments, who knows. Americans get frustrated when the President of the United States refuses to shoot down the damn balloon for a week straight, and Americans get frustrated when leftist clowns unironically defend this president on TV, pretending as if this whole thing is political and it's not really a big deal. No, it's a big friggin' deal, and I can already hear it in the background. The leftist response right now, of course, is the whole whataboutism argument. But what about Donald Trump? 3 Chinese spy balloons flew into United States airspace during his presidency. I keep hearing about this over and over again, and the mainstream media is running with this narrative as if it's fact.
What we're dealing with, this is what I'm going to do about it, and this is why I haven't done it yet. None of that happened, and I don't know why. And in fact, I don't know why they waited so long to tell people about this. And if they knew the trajectory that it was on, it seems from late last week.
Right, and we're also told, by the way, that this happened 3 times under the previous president. Obviously, there were no public notifications there. Senator Rubio, thank you for joining us. We really appreciate your time.
ABC News' Jonathan Karl literally pushing a totally uncorroborated, what seems to be conspiracy theory about these 3 spy balloons during the Trump administration moving in American airspace unimpeded. Here's leftist grifter Brian Krasenstein on Twitter. Remember when Republicans attacked Biden for not shooting the balloon from China down, and then for not shooting it down soon enough? Well, guess what? 3 Chinese spy balloons flew over the US during Trump's presidency. Guess what he didn't do? Yep, he let them go. Complete nonsense. As we're now learning, 2 former intelligence chiefs dismiss claim that Chinese spy balloons were discovered during Trump's term. The intelligence chiefs, as well as others involved in national security matters during the Trump administration, have reportedly said that several Chinese balloons managed to breach U.S. airspace during that time, but went, quote, undetected at the time, and it was only discovered after the 45th president left office that they were conducting surveillance. Oh well, would you look at that? Leftists peddling in fake news. What a surprise. Actually, here's more fake news from leftist grifter Brian Krasenstein. Breaking: Trump-appointed Secretary of Defense James Mattis believed that Trump would be too aggressive, so he did not tell him about the Chinese spy balloons. Dear MAGA Republicans, this doesn't make Trump look good, it makes him look very bad. No, this looks like a deranged leftist conspiracy theory, and it also looks like treason. You know, circumventing the chain of authority in American government. No big deal. I mean, never forget that General Mark Milley essentially got away with doing the same thing a couple years ago. It's a bunch of bogus, nonsense, leftist talking points, conspiracy theories, and of course copium. A bunch of garbage takes or disingenuous takes, as all these leftist talking heads scramble and start working overtime in their efforts to protect Sleepy Joe and the Democrat establishment. But it's too little, too late. It's a continued pattern of weakness and capitulation. Democrats who are weak on China, weak on national security, weak when it comes to protecting American sovereignty, they're actually trying to make the argument that it's no big deal that China's invading US airspace and spying on strategic locations. I'm sure it's also no biggie that they've infiltrated most American universities that are conducting innovative research, stealing that research and sending it straight to China. No big deal. You know, it's probably also not a big deal that they're brainwashing our youth with their demoralization campaigns using the CCP-owned TikTok app as a vessel. Oh, and by the way, let me show you Democrat weakness on the issue.
Due to national security concerns, Congress had banned TikTok, for example, the social media app, on federal devices. Your home state of New Jersey has also put restrictions in place, but you still use it personally. Does that mean that you think it's too late to go ahead and ban this? It's already on 200 million American devices. Is it just so integrated that espionage is something we have to live with?
No, absolutely not. And I think there's 2 ways to approach this. One, the proactive step of banning it on government devices is something that the United States federal government's doing, states, and even localities are doing. But the other way to go about this is going directly to the company. They are now working with U.S. intelligence folks to try to make sure that the proper precautions are taken so the Chinese cannot get access and use it for spying.
It's all no big deal. Well, of course you could sense the sarcasm. It's actually a really big friggin' deal. And it's moments like these where I miss hearing this.
China, 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 China. You take China.
China.
China, China.
The world really needs some Donald Trump. That's what I got for you guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like and possibly subscribe to the channel if you guys want to join us here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.